Brian Bruman live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The LA County Health Department says the vaccine for monkeypox is in short supply.
Officials say the feds just sent another 6,000 doses. Some at high risk have already been vaccinated, but effective Monday, 2 additional groups of high-risk people will be eligible for the vaccine by invitation only. They include
gay and bisexual men and transgender women who are patients of sexual health clinics with a diagnosis of rectal gonorrhea or early syphilis within the past 3 months. And second, a limited number of high-risk individuals identified by clinical staff at Men's Central Jail.
The Health Department's Andrea Kim says the risk of getting monkeypox in LA County is low. As of Friday, there were 54 cases in LA County. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
The CHP says it's found an orange ATV connected with a hit and run that killed 2 kids in Apple Valley. It says the vehicle was at a house in the Apple Valley area Thursday. A 12-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl were riding on the same ATV last week when a person crashed into them. The boy was pronounced dead at the scene. The girl was sent to the hospital, was put on life support, and she died on Wednesday. President Biden says there will be impacts of the assassination of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
This attack has had a profound impact on the psyche of the Japanese people. This is a different culture they're not used to, as unfortunately we are.
The shooting death was highly unusual for Japan compared to the rampant gun violence in the U.S. Biden says Abe was deeply committed to a strong relationship with the U.S. And former President Trump is calling Abe's killing a grievous atrocity.
His assassination is not only a grievous atrocity, it's a devastating loss for the entire world.
Trump said he hopes the man responsible will pay a swift and steep price for the greatness he has taken from our planet. The White House is being asked to provide more protection to Supreme Court justices because of what happened to Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh at a restaurant. The White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says people do have a right to protest peacefully.
I said peaceful protest should be allowed. We do condemn intimidation, and we condemn any violence.
Kavanaugh had to exit through a back door of that restaurant to avoid being heckled by protesters who had gathered outside the front of the steakhouse. Kavanaugh is one of the conservative justices who recently voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. The Big Ten Conference expansion will likely change how often traditional college football rivals will play each other.
I'm going to fight for as many of the rivalries as we can get, but I also understand it may be in the best interest of the conference to not play every one of those every year.
Iowa Athletic Director Gary Barta says he and the other Iowa coaches are excited about the addition of UCLA and USC to the Big Ten Conference in 2024. And an actor best known for the 1960s TV Western comedy F Troop has died at a ripe old age.
Larry Storch, who played F Troop's Corporal Agarn, died early yesterday of natural causes in his Manhattan apartment, according to his manager. F Troop ran just 2 seasons on ABC from 1965 to 1967, but became a cult hit in reruns and made Storch a household name. He appeared in scores of other TV shows and films, 249 according to IMDb, including several with his pal Tony Curtis. They served together on a submarine in World War II. Storch also had a long career in theater and as a comic at resorts in the Catskills. He was 99 years old. Mark Ronner, KFI News.
Now taking a look at KFI traffic, we've got a closure on the 10.
West Covina on the westbound side of the 10. Caltrans working between Citrus and Vincent. All lanes have been shut down overnight. Looks like they're finally in the process of reopening at least a couple of lanes there. Watch for heavy delays from before Veronka. In Ontario, on the eastbound side of the 10, Vineyard to Haven. 3 right lanes coned off all weekend long till around 5 o'clock Monday morning. Slow down as you head into the closure as well. And in Orange, it's a problem on surface streets. Glass hole shut down both directions between Taft Avenue and Grove. This is a fatal crash investigation. Unfortunately, going to be here a while. Use Tustin or Batavia instead. KFI in the sky helps get you faster. I'm Robert Tabucky.
Hi, Rick Edelman here. Looking for a financial advisor who can help you with digital assets? Go to the advisor directory at thetruth.com. Thousands of advisors have obtained their certificate in blockchain and digital assets, demonstrating that they have the knowledge they need so they can give you the advice you need about this new asset class. If you're interested in digital assets, make sure you're talking to a financial advisor who knows what they're talking about, demonstrated by their attaining the certificate in blockchain and digital assets. Find a financial advisor at the advisor directory at thetruth.com. It's a free service that connects you with advisors across the country who can help you. Blockchain's revolutionary software, as impactful as the original internet. Make sure you get the advice you need from a skilled and knowledgeable advisor who holds the certificate in blockchain and digital assets. Find one at the advisor directory at thetruthayf.com.
Southland weather from KFI. Cloudy in the morning, then partly cloudy near the coast in the afternoon. Upper 60s to low 70s at the beaches. Low to upper 80s in metro LA and OC. Upper 80s to mid 90s in the inland valleys. And low to upper 90s in the IE. Temperatures staying mostly the same throughout the weekend. Right now it's 63 degrees in San Clemente, 63 in Brea, 62 in Sherman Oaks, and 61 in Pasadena. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Bruno. Live everywhere from AM 640 to the iHeart Radio. Welcome home and welcome to home, where every week we help you better understand that place where you live. I am Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, custom home builder, custom home designer, and for the next 2 hours, your personal guide to turning your ordinary house into an extraordinary home. The gang is all here. Sam is on the board doing what he does, making the magic. Misty, our producer, holding us all together, standing by to take your calls. Brian Bruno at the news desk. How you doing, Brian? Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. My throat's a little, I think my throat's still in bed. That often happens on a Saturday morning. First half hour or so. My voice is in bed. I'm awake. I'm fine. I can't get him up. I can't wake him up. So, there you go. How's it going with you? Everything good?
Oh, sorry. Sam was talking to me. I'm doing great. All right. Going to the river in a couple days.
You going to which river? The river.
The current.
The current. What are you going to do? Are you
going to fish inspired by you?
Oh, very good, my friend. Very, very good. You know what I did? I said last weekend that 4th of July was actually my mother-in-law's husband's 80th birthday, and he's a huge outdoorsy guy. I actually got him a day of fishing for all of us, all the guys getting together to fish with on one of the local lakes out here. A former bass champion guide, so he's going to take us out for a day and show us how it's really done. And hopefully we'll catch a bunch of fish because we'll have someone with us who knows what they're doing, actually. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then I'm still totally looking forward to fly fishing in Montana soon. September. Yellowstone is back open again. So that's a good thing because the family was looking forward to doing that, and we were kind of bummed that it got flooded out. So we're still going to get in and get to see everything that we wanted to see. So everybody who's not going anywhere this summer, sorry. I'm sorry to break it to you, but there's exciting fishing and water activities planned for the Sharp fam as we go. Also with me, the boss, my best buddy, my life partner, my business partner, my design partner. How many more partners do I need? Partners that I need right there. Tina is with us. Say good morning to the good people. Home. There you go. Who do you have with you?
Little munchkin here today.
Who spent the night with us last night?
Olivia
Ray.
Yeah.
Can we get Olivia to say welcome home?
Want to say welcome home?
There it is. What a sweetness there. All right. Well, my friends, what are we doing today? I'll tell you what we're doing. Permits. Permitting your plant. I know. How exciting. You are riveted now. You're like, oh my gosh, Dean's going to be talking about government bureaucracy today. This is going to be an exciting show. This is going to change my life. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to be looking to Sam, actually, to put in as many zingers and sound effects as possible as we talk about this to give you the illusion that something really exciting is happening. Really exciting. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You see that? Look. Okay. Exactly. All right, you just keep those going. That's fine. I've been ready to talk about permitting. Why? There's one reason why. It's not exciting. And yes, and we get so many calls, so many emails, so many questions on social media about permitting that, I just figure, okay, all right, every, 2 or 3 years, we're going to do a permitting show. Plus, once I do it, it lives forever on the podcast. So that way, boom, there, you got it, you're good, and we'll move forward. So, of course, it's relevant to your home. Anything that you plan to do on your home. So, today's show, permitting your project, what to expect, okay? And I'm going to try and give you not just all the technical aspects of the permitting process, but really how to get through it the best, what to look out for from the perspective of somebody who's done it a gabillion times, okay? From the pros perspective. It's totally fair to say most homeowners do not have a great understanding of the permitting process and underestimate the layers of bureaucracy involved and the timing of it all and the cost of it all. So at times, people drop their jaws these days in general when that light is flickering. I think it's because it's on its lowest setting and it doesn't like it. They drop their jaws when they see the costs associated with permits. And rightly so, okay? So here's our first jab at the government today. This is Dean's only opportunity to ever jab at the government. Our first jab at the government is, hey, government, people, you slide in a lot of pork barrel stuff into the permit process. Meaning, you're not paying, when you get a permit, you're not paying for just the fees or the city plan checker to sit down with your plans for a bit and for an inspector to come out and, spend all of 15, 20 minutes checking out your... That's not what you're paying for. You're paying for all sorts of stuff. If you live in a brash and openly transparent town like mine, then part of the permit process, just unabashedly, unashamedly, they'll look at you and say, all right, listen, here's the money that you're going to pay us for this permitting, and it's loaded with all sorts of stuff. And here's a whole nother check that we want you to write that goes to the school district. The school district. They don't even want to hide it in one check. In fact, they don't even want to do the work to separate the monies out and send it to the school district themselves. They just literally tell you, all right, you're going to write this check to us, and then you need to write this check to the school district and walk it over there to school district headquarters. And once they give you a receipt, come back to us, and we'll know that you've paid the school district, and then we'll give you the rest of your permit. And what does this have to do with the permitting process? Zero things, other than this is a way for you to pay more money into the school district. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to try not to complain about the permitting process because it is a good thing in general, but it's full of hiccups along the way. All right, so there, I got it out. So I've warned you. Sam's going to be using special effects to keep us exciting today, and I've already gotten my little beef and complaint out. So when we return, yes, let's start with finding out if your project needs a permit, and if so, what kind of permits are out there, and what are you planning to do about it? What do you have to plan to do about it? We will start at the beginning, and as always, I'm going to walk you through it. By the time we are done, you're going to get it. You're going to understand exactly what to do, and you will no longer be intimidated or mystified by this process of getting a permit for your project. I'm so glad you joined me this morning. So much more to come. You're listening to Home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Brian Berumen has the news.
Well, 2 guys with guns have been arrested for a home invasion in Panorama City after a chase from police where they hopped fences and tried to break into even more homes last night. LA County will... LA County will expand its distribution of the monkeypox vaccines on Monday, but only to high-risk people and by invitation only. And a gun rights group in LA has sued to block a new state law banning gun sales to minors. We'll have a look at some trouble in Orange County next.
Remodeling your kitchen. It is a big deal. Kitchens are the heart and soul of our homes, which is why, no matter how ready you think you are, well, you're probably not. Not until you have been to the kitchen store. I start all of my clients at the kitchen store. Why? To inspire them. And afterwards, I always hear the exact same thing. Dean, we had no idea. We had no idea how many door styles and colors and finishes there are. No idea how much storage we could achieve. No idea how many configurations and accessories and options there are. That's why a great kitchen starts at the kitchen store. 7,000 square feet of pure inspiration waiting for you right off the 405 in Culver City. And so is a totally free in-showroom consult with an expert kitchen designer. They've got 12-month same as cash financing, pricing that beats the big boxes, and state-of-the-art computer design. So start the new kitchen right. Set up a free consult by dialing 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN, and find them on the web at 310kitchen.com.
Taking a look at SoCal traffic, we've got a fatal crash in Orange.
Yeah, it's a pretty big problem here on Glassell Street. Both directions shut down between Taft and Grove Avenue. 3 fatalities involved in this. It's going to take quite a while for everything to be cleaned up and investigated. You can take Tustin or Batavia instead. In West Covina on the westbound side of the 10, Citrus to Vincent. We've had all lanes shut down by Caltrans. They're in the process of reopening a couple of those lanes. 3 left lanes will remain shut down throughout the weekend. And in Ontario, eastbound side of the 10, Vineyard to Haven, 3 right lanes coned off until Monday morning around 5 o'clock. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Tabucky.
This report is sponsored by Staples Store. Staples has everything you need for school at prices that won't hold you back. Now, Staples one-subject notebooks are just 35 cents, and Polly Pocket folders and Crayola 24-count crayons are only 50 cents each. In-store only, offer M79, limit 30. Don't send your kids back to school, send them forward at Staples.
You're always using your personal information for just about everything, especially when you're online. And with all that information floating around out there, it can make the internet a practical gold mine for identity thieves to steal your identity. Well, now it's easy to protect yourself with LifeLock. This is what I do. LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock monitors your information and alerts you to potential identity threats, and there's lots of them out there. And if you're a victim of identity theft, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix your problem. Identity thieves have had it way too easy for far too long. Now it's your turn. No one can prevent all ID theft or monitor every transaction at every business, but save up to 25% off your first year with LifeLock. Call 800-LifeLock. Use the promo code HANDLE, 800-LifeLock, promo code HANDLE, or visit LifeLock.com, promo code HANDLE. 25% off your first year, LifeLock. Did you know audio memory lasts 6 times longer than visual memory? That's why businesses advertise with iHeartMedia, the #1 audio company in the country. Reach consumers with radio, podcasting, streaming, and more. Make your business a household name and visit iHeartAdvertising.com or call 844-BUY-RADIO. Grow your reach, grow your business. Call iHeartMedia today. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com or call 844-BUY-RADIO.
Why won't a plumber just tell me what it costs to unclog my drain over the phone? Is it that complicated?
No, it's not. They obviously have a price.
You've got a nice aroma. Who are you?
Mike Diamond, the Smell Good plumber.
Will you tell me how much to unclog my drain?
$99. Doesn't matter if it's a kitchen sink or a mainline sewer stoppage. The Smell Good plumbers at Mike Diamond will unclog almost any drain for $99. There are a few exceptions, but you can read all about them on our website, thesmellgoodplumber.com.
Contact your license number 399179.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we'll soak fresh tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
But do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something either way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
A avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stool? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
You want to sell your house or condo? Real fast, real easy, you call Seller's Advantage. They're going to buy your home as it is for cash, and they'll make you a cash offer within 24 hours. Even if your home is a total fixer-upper, which is a nice phrase for a dump, or it's in perfect condition. With Seller's Advantage, there are these advantages. No realtor fees or commissions, no escrow fees, no repairs needed, no open houses. That's right, no strangers walking through your home, no banks, no termite inspections, no hassles. They are not a lowball company. The goal is to get you the same amount of money that you would get the traditional way without all the hassles and problems. So with Seller's Advantage, you choose when you want to close. And they will advance you up to $20,000 before the close for moving expenses. And if you want to sell your home fast and easy and get an as-is cash offer within 24 hours, you call Seller's Advantage. 888-321-AS-IS. Call 888-321-AS-IS. That's 888-321-AS-IS, or go to sellersadvantage.com. DR number 0196168.
Prescription products require primary consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if the prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. Love your results or your money back. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
Gas prices, food prices, oxygen prices.
The cost of living is getting insane.
A vacation is probably out of the question. Right.
Wrong.
KFI has your inflation vacation with $1,000 every weekday from 9 a.m. through 6 p.m.
Just listen for the keyword, then enter it at KFIAM640.com/cash.
No texting, just winning.
Powered by Sweet James Accident Attorneys. If you're hurt in an accident, winning is everything. Call the winning attorneys at Sweet James. 800-500-5200. That's 800-500-5200 or at sweetjames.com.
Listen to win $1,000 every hour weekdays from 9 a.m. through 6 p.m.
An inflation vacation
on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Don't you forget about me. KFI.
Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. You are listening to Home, where every week we help you better understand that place where you live. Hey, I'm talking the permitting process this morning. I know, riveting, exciting stuff. You've never heard such a program. But despite the fact that no one is going to want to have me stop talking about the permitting process, I'm also going to stop talking about the permitting process at some point and go to the phones, which means we can talk about, you and I, anything related to your home today. Design issue, construction concern, DIY thingy bob that you're wrestling, whatever it may be. Give us a call. The phone lines are open. The number is easy. 833-2-ASK-STEAM. 833, the number 2, ASK-STEAM. The lines are open. Misty is standing by to take your calls, and who knows? So give me a call. Jump into the queue. You and I, we might be able to talk and figure out what's going on with your house. I would love to do that. Please call and give me a reason to stop talking about permits. The host does not want to discuss the topic he chose. Well, you know what? That's just the way it works sometimes. Okay. All right. Step 1 in finding out if you're, in the permitting process, finding out if your project needs a permit. And if so, what kind? Now, is Dean literally saying that we should not pull permits on our project? Of course not. No. Okay? What I am saying is it may surprise you that there are a whole slew of things that you can do on your house and spend a lot of money on, actually, that actually technically don't require permitting. Okay? Such as, Dean? Well, flooring. That's one thing. You didn't pull a permit the last time you had carpeting run throughout your house, and you don't need to pull a permit if you're done with the carpeting and you decide to do luxury vinyl plank or real hardwood or tile or porcelain or whatever. If it's down on the floor, chances are highly likely that you don't need a permit for any of it, okay? It is just a floor covering. You can spend a mint on your house, but not have to get the city involved when it comes to flooring. In general. And I'm going to give this caveat, and I'll try and repeat it throughout the program this morning. The very first thing that is the wisest thing always to do when you're starting a project is get a hold of the city. Sit and talk to the city, or at least make a phone call and ask someone at the planning or building department desk, do I need a permit for this? And there you go. You're going to have your answer. Now, why do I say that? I say it because there are some areas that are gray areas, and there are some areas where different municipalities may have different requirements. Even within a local area like our broadcast zone here in Southern California, you may be listening on the podcast, you may be listening elsewhere across our fine nation. Welcome, by the way. But you got to call your local building department, find out what their requirements are for permitting, because there are some areas that, things change. I'll give you an example. There are some cities right here in SoCal that want a permit if you're going to put in a ceiling fan, okay? And some cities that don't care. There are some cities that want a permit if you're going to put in irrigation outside your house and buried PVC lines. Some cities don't care. Yeah, it can get picky-uni like that. So that's why I'm saying the default is make a phone call. Talk to somebody at the city desk and find out what's going on. But there are things that traditionally don't require permits. Flooring is one. Cabinetry is one that shocks people. You can gut your entire kitchen, all the cabinets out, and put in entirely new cabinets, new countertops, new backsplashes in most cities, the vast majority of cities. In fact, I do not know of a city that requires a permit for such a, maybe out there again, but cabinetry. Now, if you move the location of the sink, that's plumbing, and that requires a permit. If you, in doing your kitchen remodel, add new lights overhead or change the configuration or location or number of outlets on the near the countertops, that requires a permit. But the cabinetry itself, non-structural, superficial item, does not require permits, nor does the countertops going on top of those cabinets. So, boom, there you go. Okay, so that brings us to the question that we're going to answer when we come back from the break, and that is, there are two categories of permits: over-the-counter permits and plan check permits. What are the differences between the two? What's the process that differs between the two? And it's not that you get to choose, it's just you need to know one way or the other how it's going to work. And we will deal with that when we return. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, Brian Barumanet.
Well, LA County health officials say at the current pace of COVID-19 cases, the county will be moved to the CDC's high